All right, so I'm back because GJ finally broke out of this level that I was waiting for it to, all right, for quite some time, right? Um, so just starting from the biggest time frame, previous monthly candle closed as a bullish engulfing on a level of support that can be seen as a breakthrough retest on the monthly time frame. Simple. Um, not gonna lie, I see this double top that was created, a neckline, and then a break of that right here. But right now, in this very moment, I could say the same thing for price testing here and then coming here and just closing again on a level of um support, a level of demand on the monthly time frame. So technically for this double bottom to be valid, you'd have to see the break of a neckline, which is here. But we're already bullish on the monthly time frame. So I don't think it would be necessary to wait for all of that. Um, on the daily time frame now. We finally got, I mean, the whole time I was literally just waiting for this break right here. And so we have it. I'm gonna be waiting for, I said a 4 hour candle that, indicates, okay, cool, we're probably ready to go bullish again. So maybe tomorrow morning, or maybe even later if it prints. Right. So also a really nice fib level that I like to play with these days is this right here. So if price pulls back into the 50, I will entertain perhaps. But yeah, there's just so many different ways you could potentially get into this trade that man, I'm gonna take advantage of the volume, but that's gonna happen when the bank's open. So that's not on that for GJ. On EU, I took some simple quick sells today because on the 4 hour you can clearly see that we're in a counter trend, just going making lower lows and lower highs. I started taking oopsies. I started taking sells as soon as I saw my break of the counter trend line right here. All right. And then when we retraced, I took sells again and again and again. So I had like 5 sell positions open. Um, Also the little level that I drew, this one right here, is based off of this wick touch, this touch, break up a little bit, this touch here, and these two also, and then just overall rejection right here. So, it was a key level if you're talking about the smaller time frames. And in this case, I was, and I took profit right here and right here. I wasn't trying to hold out at all because I do understand that overall we're still bullish. But the next main level that we can see a next bullish turnaround could potentially be this level, right? And so either this will happen or something like that on the daily, right? So that's what I'm anticipating. And I was also using the dollar very closely this morning in conjunction with EU because apparently they're literally just polar opposites of each other and they're tightly correlated too. So also I had a bullish bias, a bearish bias on EU because on the dollar I saw that on the 4 hour time frame, the last candle that we made was respecting support and also it gave me a lot of wick. So again, when we started to break out of this kind of trend line with these right here, I was like, okay, cool. On EU, that's when I'm like taking sells or just like extra confident, right? So no, we should never use one pair to make decisions about the other, but this is the dollar. Like they're very tightly correlated. So but overall right now, let's go on this. On EU, yeah, we're still bullish. Um, but because this is a very bearish chart, there could be a possibility that we could go bearish. But I would not even entertain that unless the monthly time frame gave me a bearish candle or unless I saw a double top on the weekly time frame. So we're gonna be very bullish until then. And honestly, I've just been trading mostly stock options and being very successful with that versus I've been trading forex for how many years but have gotten barely anything. I don't know. You gotta find what works for you. I could do analysis on stocks, but I feel like I'll just stick to forex. Like, plus, started to get the hang of just, overall the flow and when to enter, when to exit, when to hold longer, when to get out, how to identify when something changes, each time frame correlation, like, you know, yes, it takes time. It takes chart time. So that's something you just can't cheat. But anyways, I didn't even see excuse me. Excuse me. I'm gonna do that. I just want to see. Okay. See what's up for tomorrow. Ooh, it's gonna be nice tomorrow on the dollar because we have USD news at 8:30. So I'm gonna go ahead and notate that. So yeah, we will see what happens with GJ. I do want to, you know, get in some buy sometime soon, but that'll happen whenever it happens. But I have my eye out for this one. This is my next move I'm consider taking. All right. Happy trading.